We're breaking down another dance practice today, and this time it's going to be to ITZY's Born to Be. This dance practice is actually heavily focused on formations and actually utilizing all the dancers to create these big formations and also these bigger visuals. You'll see a lot of playing around with levels to go and create more dynamic. And also the choreo itself is pretty powerful, especially the chorus. And I think this dance practice for me just hit different. So let's go and break this one down. If you guys haven't followed my Twitch, ladiesman5678, go ahead and follow it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's go and roll it, baby. Now this intro is very important because I think they were intentional with this specific part. So as you can see, if you have not seen the music video, they have this camera angle where they show these formations, and or one of the formations, and it's like a flower blooming and a member will rise up from the actual formation. And I think they were intentional with the wordplay where it says born to be, and they're coming out or rising out of the flower formation to show that they're being born, I think, or born to be, whatever this is. I think that was it. And I think in the music video, it definitely captures it much better, just because they're using that actual angle to show you guys. And then right off the bat, they're using a lot of the dancers in the back to create these bigger pictures where they have people in the back going up here, people on the sides going to have their arms going out to the sides to create a bigger box formation. So I think with this practice, they did a really good job of just making sure everybody's involved and not just ITZY. And this is what I meant with levels. Throughout this practice, there's going to be a lot of triangular formations, and they will actually play around with the levels between the triangles to essentially make it much more dynamic. Like I said, there's girls on the floor on their legs, and then you'll have the rest of the dancers standing up to have another level for that triangle. So it's not just a regular pyramid, it's like layered in a sense. So, love how they take advantage of like the hair. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like they're whipping their hair. I think more so ITZY, to be honest, because their hair isn't tied. I love how they really go full out and let their neck loose so that you can really see the hair flip around whenever they have to go full out. This part right here is actually pretty insane. They spread out into this column formation and do this combo with the arms, and it looks like everybody's pretty much clean or pretty much in sync to make it look really good. This bar has to be clean. I'm sure they drilled this when they got to that part. Great way of using the columns to get them down on the floor to reveal ITZY. So this chorus is just really, like, in my opinion, very powerful, mainly because it uses the entire body, not in a way that you think, but more in the loose, on the loose side. So especially the first part of the chorus, they're using a lot of their hips, but at the same time, they're letting their head loose in a way where it's not fixed. Like their body in itself is not actually fixed to a point, but rather than waving throughout the actual body. So if I replay the first part of the chorus, you'll see what I mean. This is a dance that I think a lot of people are going to actually struggle matching ITZY, in my opinion. People could probably learn the dance, don't get me wrong, but I think matching ITZY would probably be the challenge because they're really displaying the details that the choreographer had given them. Like, every dancer did that really well in this practice. They kind of have to. Clean with the arms. Nice condense right here to kind of give it a little bit more crowded effect. And you'll have some of the dancers kind of leave and give this bigger formation here. I think Chaeryung absolutely killed her part. Absolutely killed her part. I think obviously Ryujin as well, but I think in this particular section, there was something about the way that she performed towards the camera to kind of really give that character that we're really looking for. I think Ryujin does a great job of attacking her verse that transitions into Chaeryeong's, and I think it just meshed really well. Because she kind of moves up with the formation, and then we'll have the Chaeryeong reveal right here. Nice catch-up effect. And if you guys notice, in the back, they're actually like raising their hands, or like they're kind of pushing out to kind of give the formation the effect that it looks bigger. Great reveal with Yeji here to kind of focus up on her. So if you guys don't notice, in the music video, they actually use another platform to show this effect where Yeji's on top and then Chaeryeong's on the bottom. But what I really like about this specific visual right here, it's like, even if they're not using the platforms, they use the dancers to create this, like, I want to say wave, and we can even say mountain, because you have the points all the way down to the lowest point where Chaeryeong is, and then back to the highest point on the right hand side, so that we can go ahead and reveal Yeji in the back. And then it's going to transition into Yuna's part seamlessly. Nice ripple effect to go and reveal this triangular formation once again. And then we have like this like reverse flower effect that they did in the back. And I know I'm pausing a lot just because there's so much details to kind of go over with this practice. There's so much going on, right? We'll have Yuna get into center for this line formation, and then it will be a good reveal to that flower formation after the ripple effect. And just remember that this choreo is still pretty full out. And they're extending their bodies, extending their arms, and they're having fast combos, right? But they don't even look tired. That's really important with a song like this. So here's the chorus again. I think the most important part about this chorus is really being loose with your body, but also being strong within your core. Again, they're playing around with levels here, so I'm going to go pause specifically at this part right here. They're going to go and play around with levels and have the front line go ahead and lower to the floor, while you have the back line stay up to kind of just, again, give it a bit more dynamic for this specific part. Great breakdown right here. I will say, while I love this dance practice, they did, I'm not saying that they reused a lot of formations, but if you do watch this multiple times, you will notice that they had the tendency to go ahead and use a triangular formation throughout the dance practice, which is completely fine because they did change around with the way that they actually showed these triangular formations. I would say, like, the only thing is maybe that's what they were going for. Normally, as a group or as a dance team, you never really want to always repeat a bunch of formations. But if you are, you make sure you want to differentiate them in terms of how you use them and what type of effects you're actually going to use. So you'll see another triangular formation like once we get to this part. So I'll go ahead and go back to it, and then you'll also see like the change in levels to give that formation another dynamic and another element. Essentially another layer. Great dance break here. Again, with the hair whips. Great accent choreo from the girls on the floor. So I'm going to go rewind that. It helps highlight everybody in this pyramid formation while the rest of the girls are on the floor, going to highlight the rest of the choreo while they're on the floor. And so, actually, before we get to this, they also used another column formation in the very beginning, and now they're going to go and use another one. However, they're not repeating that exact formation, but instead they're going to do this like rising column formation where it looks like they're sitting one seat higher than the other. So I love this because, again, they're playing around with levels to create more effects. Love it. Great way to actually highlight ITZY there by just having these accents choreo where it looks like they're kind of doing like a clock with their arms. I don't really know what to call it, but it does look like they're doing something with like a clock. And again, they're just finishing it off here. And there's this like big backwards. If you go back to, I know I've been pausing a lot, but this dance practice, but this was it for me. This was it. But anyway, you'll have like another similar triangular formation, but this time it's kind of backwards. You'll have the flat side of the triangle in the front, and then you have the point of the triangle in the very back. Dude, I'd be tired after this practice, bro. Damn. And then at the very end, they have this formation where they kind of set up to have them as like 4 thrones, and then you got the queens sitting on the thrones. Perfect. ITZY killed this one. I absolutely loved this ITZY dance practice. I think they definitely did a great job of taking advantage of the amount of dancers that are actually a part of this dance. So shout outs to the choreographer, the performance team, whoever it may be. And also I did see a clip where they learned all of this maybe in 2 to 5 days, something like that. So props to everybody, especially ITZY, because they apparently had to film it really quickly that same week. And the fact that it doesn't even look like they were struggling remembering the choreo, the blocking and everything like that is insane. But I'm not surprised because they're really talented. I was just really impressed with this dance practice. I think it showed a lot of powerful movement. Got nothing else to say. But if y'all love ITZY, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna go and break down more of their dance practices real soon. Peace.